Hey guys, what's going on? This is Seth from the REtipster blog. Hey, I wanted to show you something I've been working on lately. For those of you who don't know, I just bought a house a couple of months ago, and this new house is pretty great, but the one thing that I lost when we moved here was I lost my office space. At my old house, I had this really nice office that I soundproofed and I decked out and I made it just the way I wanted it, and I lost that. So for the past month or so, I've been working here in this basement hallway, and it's been okay, but it's definitely not a long-term solution. So something that I've really needed to do is create a new office space here. And luckily we have this storage room in this house in the basement that's pretty small. It's about 11 feet by 11 feet. So not a huge space, but it's big enough that I can finish this out and convert it into a little office. But the problem that I'm having as I put this all together, I'm kind of an idiot when it comes to interior design.
Cool.
I just have very little vision. I don't really understand what looks good. When I see something I like, I can say, yes, I like that, that looks good, but I kind of need somebody to like lead me to the water. I can't really do it by myself. My wife recently told me about a website she had heard about called Modsy. Modsy is a site where for a pretty reasonable fee, you can take pictures and find the dimensions of any room in your house and send it to them, and they will put together some really nice options that you can use to decorate your room with like furniture, with artwork, how to lay it out. And they have this really cool software where they create this 360-degree 3D rendering of the room. So you can like see legitimately what it's going to look like if you do what they suggest. And they put together these ideas based on the budget that you tell them, based on the styles that you like. And even if you don't like what they give you, it's really easy to get in there and change up the room yourself. You can change up the placement of where things are. You can even take out pieces of furniture or art and replace them with something else. It's kind of amazing. So what I wanted to do in this video was just let you know about them because I thought they did a pretty good job for me. And I'll just show you how their website works. But before we do that, I'm going to quick show you the room that I've got so you can sort of understand where it's at now and what direction it's going in. I'll show you what I got. Okay, so as you can see, this is the room. We just got this thing framed out like yesterday, so it's not a lot to look at right now. It's just a bunch of wooden studs and empty walls. But I'll show you the pictures that I took of this originally that I sent to them and what they were able to do with it. And I think you'll be kind of amazed as I was. It's pretty cool. Let's go check it out. Okay, so this is what the Modsy homepage looks like. I do have an affiliate link to the Modsy website. If you want to help support the REtipster blog, you're obviously more than welcome to do that. Or if you'd rather not, that's cool too. No problem. I'll include that link beneath this video in case you want to use that. But all you got to do if you want to get started is go ahead and click on Get Started. Pretty self-explanatory. And first thing you want to do is select the room that you're trying to design. So in my case, I was doing an office, so I'm going to click on that, click Next, and then you just click the thing that best describes what you're trying to do. And for me, probably the closest description was Other, because I didn't even have like drywall in my space yet. So I just explained that right here. Right, click Next. And then at this next screen, you can select the thing that best describes where you're at. For me, obviously, I was starting from scratch, but say if you're like halfway there and you just need a little bit more help, or if you're most of the way there and you just need some ideas for some extra accent pieces or something like that, you can do that too. But again, I was starting from scratch, so I'll click on that one and click Next. And for me, the budget that I set was $2,500. I was already spending a fair amount of money to get this room like framed and drywalled and all that stuff, so I didn't want to like go terribly crazy. But obviously, whatever your budget is, just select that. And then the Modsy designers essentially just keep that number in mind when they're selecting things to put in your room so that they don't go terribly crazy or over your budget. Because believe me, there are things out there that can be very expensive. I mean, a couch could be anywhere from like a few $100s to like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So whatever your budget is, just put it there and then they will keep that in mind. And then in this next section, you can select what type of style you're sort of drawn to. Me personally, I'm kind of like the rustic and warm type, But, you know, you can do whatever you want, or if you're not even sure, you can say that too. And then at this point, you can create your account, and if you want to move forward, there's a couple different pricing packages. I believe they're $69 or $199, depending on the depth of service you want from them. And then once you place your order, I believe it takes about 7 to 10 business days for them to put everything together and send you the designs. And now I'm going to switch over to a new browser window to show you what my designs looked like. But before we do that, I want to show you what I started with. And these were the pictures that I originally submitted to them when I placed my order. And as you can see, this room was in pretty rough shape. The previous owners were using this as a storage room. You can kind of see those big wooden shelves. It was actually like really good for a storage room, but I had a need for an office. So we just went ahead and ripped out those storage shelves because we've got a lot of other storage space in the house already. As you just saw a couple minutes ago, we got it framed out. And there's still some electric work and drywall work needed before we can even get to the point of decorating this place. But my point is, this was the information we provided to them along with the dimensions of the room, which was 11 feet by 11 feet. And to be fair, I don't think this is what they typically deal with. I think most of the time when they get pictures from people, it's like at least a finished room of some sort. But just so you know, if you do have a space like mine, that's okay too. There might just be some more back and forth questions needed before they can actually do their work. But anyway, if we go now to my Modsy account, this is what my designs looked like. They actually put together two different versions for me. As you can see, this one they call Office Design 1, and it shows me 4 different angles of what this would look like. And I actually told them in my initial summary of the room that I was going to have like a wooden wall along one of the 4 walls in the room, so that's why they included that for me. And as you can see, these pictures look like really realistic. It's almost like somebody was in an actual room and designed it and took these pictures and sent it to me. But these are all computer generated. This is not real stuff. This was just something that they designed. And it looks like there's actually more than 4 pictures. I'm sorry. There's also this view from the top. They were even detailed enough to include this little pipe that was going up. That's actually going to be behind the drywall, which I don't think they understood when I originally sent this to them. But they really did a good job of including all the details that were relevant to this particular room. We can also go to design number 2. So this is like just totally different concept with different furniture pieces and artwork. One other thing that is worth mentioning, if you do have existing furniture pieces that are either already in your room or you know are going to go in your room, you can tell them that, and then they will include either those exact pieces or something very, very similar, just to make sure they're accounting for that. In my case, I told them about my desk and my chair that I already had, which you can see right here, and they just went ahead and put that in there. So everything is kind of designed around those existing pieces. So that was kind of cool too. But anyway, kind of go around and see different views of this. And as I was seeing these pictures initially, there were certain things about both designs that I did and didn't like. Like, for example, I wasn't really a huge fan of this rug here, so I was fairly confident I was going to do away with that. I thought this mirror was kind of cool, this stand-up plant was kind of cool, this chair and ottoman ball thing was pretty cool. I probably wasn't going to include this mirror. I thought this wicker bench looked pretty nice, but I probably wouldn't ever actually sit on that. So I sort of wanted to change that up a little bit too. And then in this first design here, I was definitely a bigger fan of this rug as opposed to the other one. So if I had to choose between the two, I'd probably pick this one. I also like this hanging potted plant in this picture. So anyway, you kind of get the idea. Now, another cool thing you can do here is you can see a 360 view of either one of your designs. So you can go ahead and click on this one. So you can basically take the screen and rotate it around and get a really good idea of what it's going to feel like when you're actually standing in that room and looking around the space. It's not quite the same high resolution image, but it's good enough to understand what you're looking at. Now, if we go back and look at this other design, we can take a 360 look at that as well and see what that one looks like, and then move this one around and get a feel for that too. So that's just a pretty neat thing you can do to really get acquainted with the design concepts and whether or not you like what they are and what the placement of each item is. Now, let's say you're looking at these different things and you're like, okay, I like this lamp, or I like this chair or this shelf, and I'm pretty sure I want to buy that and have it in my room. Well, the good news is they have an entire product list of everything that they included in your design. So for example, let's say I like this bookcase. Well, if I scroll down here, I can see that exact bookcase. If I want to go buy that, I just have to click on it. I can see the price. I can add it to my cart and buy it directly through the website. And the same goes for literally every single thing you see in this room. If they included it in your design, you can buy it through the website. And I'm not entirely sure how this website makes money other than the design consultation fee. But my hunch is they probably make money when you buy the products through the website as well. So I guess that leads to the question, am I paying more by buying it through Modsy? Could I just go directly to Overstock and buy it from them, kind of circumvent them and save some money? And I'll tell you, I actually did that for every single item in this product list. I would literally open it up and then open up a new tab and look on the CB2 website for Ace Natural Basket to see how much it costs directly from their website. And I'll tell you, with every single thing that I looked for, the price matched. So I definitely was not paying more by buying it directly through Modsy. So if you have that idea, I'm sorry to disappoint you. You're not going to save money by buying it elsewhere, most likely. The website actually is making it easier for you if you just want to buy it directly through them. It'll save you a lot of wasted time searching other places that you don't really need to look. Now, something else that's really cool that you can do here is, let's say, for example, this little wicker bench thing. Let's say I don't really like that. I'm not sure I want to actually buy this for my room. You can go into the room and edit any single item in the design and switch it out with something else if you want to. They got this thing called the Modsy 3D Style Editor, and it's just a fancy name for something that allows you to select any item in the room and delete it and switch it out for something else if you want to do that. So let's go ahead and select that bench here, and we can see it right here. Let's do this swap feature. So as you can see right off the bat, it gives us a lot of different options for just a bench. But say if I wanted to get a sofa instead, or a chair or something like that. Well, first of all, you can go in here and type in whatever it is you're searching for. You also have the option of choosing some different filters. Say if there's a specific price range that you're willing to shop in, you can do that. If there's certain brands that you're particularly interested in, you could do that as well. They've got tons of different brands to choose from. But I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to search for sofa and see what comes up. And it looks like we're getting some of the same options here. If we keep going, we get some different things to choose from and some higher price ranges. Let's say I want to go with something like this thing right here. Now in my case, I know that I don't have a ton of space to work with, probably 72 inches long is the max, and this tells me right here what the dimensions are, and that's well within the 72 inch benchmark, no pun intended. So I'll go ahead and pick this one and replace what I've got, and we can see there it is, and we can move it around a little bit if we want to change where it's placed exactly. So I'll just make sure it's sitting right there in the right spot. And this pillow right here, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that, and I can move this around a little bit more if I want to. Now something I can do once I've got that there is take a look at some different angles of the room so I can get a better view of what that's going to look like when it's in place. And there it is. And if I want to render the room to get a better look at the final higher resolution image of how it's going to look, there's a couple different options. If I want to see it pretty quickly within 30 seconds, they can do a lower quality version of that. Or if I want to see these final copy versions that we just took a look at a little bit earlier, I can do the high quality version, and that will take about 90 minutes for them to do. So I'll just quick do the 30-second version, and I'm going to choose this view right here. Click on that. All right, so there we have it. That's sort of what it's going to look like. Looks like I didn't quite get that centered underneath that mirror, but you get the idea. If I liked how this looked, I can continue to the final step and get higher quality renderings of this. I'm not going to do that though. I just wanted to show you how you can very easily get in there and swap out certain furniture pieces for something else if you don't like what they gave you. But personally, coming from the perspective of someone like myself who is very, very bad at coming up with ideas on my own, I just thought this service was immensely immensely helpful. If I didn't have somebody to really like hold my hand and just spoon feed me different options that I could use, like I never would have been able to come up with something that looked this good on my own. So I really appreciated Modsy. And if this is something that you think might be useful to you, whether you're trying to stage a house or fully furnish a short-term rental unit for something like Airbnb, or if you're just trying to spruce up the house that you live in, if you want to give your home a quick makeover and make it look a lot better than it currently does, give Modsy a shot. Chances are you'll come up with some new ideas that you never would have had without them. And again, if you want to check them out and if you want to support the REtipster blog, there's an affiliate link beneath this video. And obviously, your support is always appreciated. So thanks again for watching this. Hope you found it helpful and informative. And I'll talk to you again in the next video.